And this is video 2 of your plate tectonics test explanations. This is for number 13 through 17. We're going to start with number 13. Number 13 says volcanic island arcs are associated with what type of plate boundary? Now, volcanic island arcs, if you remember, that looks like this. That looks like this. You've got your oceanic crust and your continental crust. This one's oceanic, this one's continental. Down here you get subduction that happens. This melts, comes up here, makes a volcano, and there's an arc of them. So this is your volcanic continental range. We don't call it an arc necessarily, it's a range because it's on land. So if you're looking at the question, it says volcanic island arcs are associated with what type of plate boundary? Now, volcanic island arcs, so I drew the wrong thing, didn't I? So your volcanic island arc, do this one in red. It's okay to make a mistake, you figure it out, right? You made a mistake, so let's go back and fix it. So your volcanic island arc would look like this. You have to have an oceanic, and oceanic. Now obviously this oceanic crust is more dense because it subducts. So you've got your water on top of there. Make that blue for water. Your water, phew, water everywhere. Water, great. So that's oceanic. Now down here you get subduction. Your subduction melts, remember. This melts, comes up this way, and you get a volcano, but it's on an island. Volcano, volcano, volcano. It's an island because it's in water. So this is a volcanic island arc. Answer choice A. Would it be a divergent boundary? Well, this isn't divergent. Divergent does this. So it's not A. B. Convergent, continental, continental. Continental, continental would be a mountain range, but not an island arc. C. Convergent, oceanic, continental boundary. That's what we drew the first time, right? And that was wrong. So continental, oceanic boundary would not make an island. So the answer would be D. Convergent, oceanic, oceanic boundary does make island arcs. So there you go. That's with 13. Let you process that while I clear this off. There we go. And look at number 14. 14 says continental volcanic arcs are associated with what type of plate boundary? So we're talking about volcanic continental arcs here. So again, we have your continental crust. Then you have your oceanic crust, because this is talking about a volcanic arc. So here you've got your oceanic crust. It subducts, melts, comes up like this. You get a volcano. This is on land, however, so it is a volcanic mountain range, a volcanic arc. So that would be oceanic, continental, right there. The answer is B. Let's look at what the other answer choices are, though. A says convergent, continental, continental boundary. That would be mountain building. So you have convergent, continental, continental. That would make a mountain for sure, but it's not a volcanic mountain. So it wouldn't be A because it's not a volcano. And B was the correct answer. C, transform fault boundary. Again, that does this, and it doesn't cause anything but earthquakes. So that would be C is wrong. D, convergent oceanic boundary. That would make an island arc, not a volcanic mountain arc, mountain range. So D would not be the correct answer either. So the correct answer there is B. Let's look at 15 while I erase this. Number 15 says, at transform fault boundaries. Okay, so transform fault boundaries do this, like we just said. A, new oceanic crust is formed. No, there's no crust that's formed except for at a divergent, oops, that's supposed to be an arrow, divergent boundary makes new oceanic crust. It's not A. B, oceanic lithosphere is destroyed. The only time that's destroyed is when there is subduction. So B is not the correct answer. C, lithosphere is neither destroyed nor produced. Well, that's true. It's neither destroyed nor produced. So C looks like the best answer. It's the correct answer, but let's keep looking. D, new continental crust is formed. Now, the only time you're going to have continental crust formed, well, you won't have continental crust formed, you have oceanic crust formed. So D wouldn't be correct either. So let's look at 16. We're almost done. You look at 16 while I erase this. Okay, so number 16 says, the supercontinent on the continental drift hypothesis is called what? Now, I asked you guys this one in class. Pan means all. And thalassa is oceans. And Pangea, this is like Gaia, goddess of the earth. This is all lands. So the huge landmass that was all put together, where all the land was put together in one mass, was Pangea. All the oceans were put together around that landmass was Panthalassa. But the correct answer for the question is Pangea. Straight up, just definition there. 17 was also just a definition. Which of these is not part of the continental drift theory? If you're looking at the continental drift theory, it did say that your coastlines of South America and Africa match. So A is yes. Remember, if it's asking us a question about which one's not part, you want to look at the answer choices and answer them yes or no. The one that's no is the correct answer. B, age, heat, magnetic orientation of rocks at mid-ocean ridges. That was, they change and orient themselves, and you can match them up as they've shifted across time. So that was definitely part of the continental drift theory. So that's yes. C, earthquakes and volcanoes occur less frequently at plate boundaries. A, that's not true, and B, it's not part of the continental drift theory. So that's a big not. It's a not. And D, matching fossils found on different continents. If you match continents like North America and parts of Africa, you'd have the fossils that match up there. So your fossils matching does support continental drift. So you want the one that says no, because the answer is C. So hopefully this helped you on your understanding of what you missed on this test. You can stop these videos, rewind them, replay them, whatever you want to do to make sure you understand each one of the questions. You're also going to have a retest on these questions. So make sure you study these, you know where they are for this retest. Okay? If you have any questions, let me know.